Okay, so progressing on with what we've been doing with the car so far. We've got the engine and gearbox in, and we got round to putting the gear lever in, which brings us to, I think, is a common problem. And I looked on the internet. No one really has the answer to it, or not what I think is the right answer anyway. The problem being is this. I know I've undone the screws, but that doesn't matter. Look, it's a rattly gear knob. So does your gear knob rattle? And what's the answer? Well, I don't think many people realise what the answer is, because it's not in the Haynes manual. It's certainly not in the official V8 manual. And there's only one guy on the internet on an MGC which has come up with an answer, but it's a very, very hard way of solving the problem. So what you do is you take the screws out of the top. Done that already. The cover comes off, that's easy. And then you peel this up. You undo the three bolts underneath, which I've already done. With 3 bolts with the strange washers, there they are. And apparently one of these is shorter than the other. Mine seem to be all the same size, so I don't know what that's all about. Undo the 3 bolts, and then you just basically take the gear lever out, like so. Now, I've seen some people think that the wobbly gear lever is due to this little grommet that goes on the bottom, which goes on there. And indeed, if that's worn, there you go, it clips on. And mine's not in bad nick, to be honest. I'd already taken it off just in case you could make a comment, but anyway, there it is. And then when you put that back in, it goes in there. So yes, that could be the problem, but I suspect that isn't actually the real problem. Not with most of the people that I see out there with this wobbly gear knob. So what is it? Well, we found out by accident. So the story is that Dave, my mates, and his wife Steph come round the other day to see how we're getting on with the MG. Dave's the guy that helped me a lot with the engine and gearbox. My great mate. And his wife's out there looking on the drive, and Steph says, "Oh, what's this little brass tube?" And it's a very small brass tube. And Dave goes, "Oh my God, panic. I think it's part of the gearbox." I thought, that's odd, because it can't be part of the clutch. So, and we haven't really stripped the gearbox down much, but he'd been an engineer and very good mechanic, so I recognised it as being some sort of indent, some sort of, spring indent. Anyway, so look through the parts book, and yes, in the parts book, it does show one. It shows an indent and a spring. We couldn't find the spring, so obviously it's fallen out somewhere. And I don't know if you can see, but down in that hole, down in the gearbox hole, you might just see, there is, I'll try and point it out to you, just there, on the back end there. Maybe if I get a screwdriver, you might see it better. Right, just there's a little hole, and although you can't really see it because the tunnel's so small, just at the back here with a screwdriver there's a bolt, and that bolt holds in this little brass sleeve with a spring in it, and that's a spring-loaded indent. So officially the way to put it in is to take this bolt out, preload the spring. In other words, put the lever in and then preload the spring and do it back up. The trouble is, you can't do that, because once the gear lever's in, you can't get the gearbox in. You need to get the gear lever off in order to get the gearbox out. So it's like a catch-22. So the question was this: how on earth do you replace that spring-loaded indent after you put the gearbox in? Okay. Now, I don't know if anyone's actually tried, but now, as I said earlier, there's one guy on the internet, on an MGC, so it's the same, pretty much same gearbox. By hook or by crook, he's got his hand up underneath to the back end of this tunnel, from underneath, right on top of the gearbox. Matt got a three-quarter socket on a wobbly extension, and managed to undo this bolt. and managed to get it back in with a preloaded spring and tighten it back up. And I have to say, hands off to that man. However, as far as I can see, he doesn't have an overdrive on the gearbox, so he's got fractionally more space than what I've got, because this one's got an overdrive on it. So it was a bit of a quandary as to what happens. I actually think that a lot of people lose that spring and that indent, or at least the spring, when they take the engine and gearbox out. And they don't realise it, and they put the engine and gearbox back in, put the gear lever in, and think, oh crikey, I've got a wobbly gear stick. And I can't find the answer, because as I said before, it's not talked about in the Haynes manual, or certainly not in the V8 official manual, and in one of the parts books it's not even mentioned, but I did find it in another parts book. And then everyone tries to overcome it in another way, like putting onto gaiters or putting, I don't know, some sort of Teflon around it or something. But of course it's not really the right way of doing it. So my thinking is that they've lost, unintentionally, they've lost the spring, and possibly the spring and the indent that keeps the pressure on the gear lever and keeps it taut. So in a minute I'm going to try and get the gear lever back in with a new spring from the top of the car without getting underneath. Can I do it? It's another challenge. Right, I don't know how well this is going to show up on the camera, but anyway. So the indent is right back in there. And I know it's in there because Dave poked it back in there so I didn't lose it. So I now need to get it back out. I'm hoping it's magnetic. It should be being brass. Well, I think it's brass. Where is it? Where's the hole? Slightly on the side. I think I might f*** the camera up good and proper. £45 a pop that cost me.
By Paul's recommendation,
No,
obviously.
no, that's my stores were just closing, and I went down and wanted some grease for my push bike. I said I wanted some, all-purpose whatever, all singing.
Is this all right to just give this a wipe?
Yeah, do what you've done. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, just go for it. And basically, I've got just the thing. I've got this pot of grease. See, it's a bit expensive. He said, but it's all singing, all dancing, all temperature, never going to melt. Da 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 da. How much? 45 quid.
Yeah.
Really? And this is going back like...
Yeah, I can see you've had it a few years.
Well, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I can't get nothing else anywhere else, so...
Yeah, a bit of that?
Yeah, absolutely. Dab that on and want your white cup. Got it? Yeah, okay.
Come on.
Yeah.
So what do you do? You just, that's gentle, that's okay. That's
Well, it
nice.
clips on. Did it not clip on?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it then, yeah.
That's it.
No, that's fine.
Anything else?
No, I don't think so. No
Put the
need.
grease on the out of that?
Yeah, I think on them slots I'll just put a little bit.
On the slots as well, yeah.
Yeah, just I don't think it needs much.
This is going to tighten it right up, isn't it?
Wasn't loose before, Kev.
No, I know, but it'll be better. Even better, won't it?
Well, you've driven it.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean. It makes them feel nice.
Yeah.
So this looks like bloody washing up liquid, this, doesn't it?
Oh.
This grease.
No, it's a all temperature, all singing, all dancing thingy. What's it?
Like I say, it's the sort of stuff that I'd imagine Paul would use.
I probably does, yeah.
Okay, so.
Now, we've got to do the spring, innit? Have you done the spring then?
No, but that goes in like that, yeah?
Yeah, agreed.
So
you hold that?
Yeah, you hold that.
Okay.
Where's the spring?
In this little bag here. Look, I've got a camera in my hand and that. That's
Okay,
it. It's literally it.
Got a bit of, sorry, I know you're filming.
No, I'll tell you.
Better than the other.
Well, you'll see. Although they're both the same.
Oh, one looks like it's a bit mullered, doesn't it?
Yeah, one's been cut a bit odd, so I used the nice one.
Yeah, use the good one.
Oh, they're only about 18 quid each or something. No. No. About £3.50, but about £18 postage.
Yeah.
But at least they had them. Does it matter?
So, what do you want to do? Do you want to put the stuff?
I think what you were doing was fine. I'll log that for you, Kev. I'm not good at
That's right. That's all right. I can see what I'm doing there. So, do you want to put some grease in? Do you want to put that in grease, or do you want to put the grease in the cartridge case?
I don't think it makes a lot of odds as long as we pop a bit of grease in there so it can't.
Yeah,
I think I'd put a bit of grease in to hold the spring in.
That's what my feeling is.
And then a bit of, yeah. At least we load it all together, won't it?
Yeah.
So this is the unknown thing that people don't realise about their MGB wobbly knob.
Yeah, the wobbly knob.
Yeah.
And Pratt's bottom.
Yeah, your Pratt's bottom, yeah, wobbly knob. You need to put grease on it, stop it wobbling.
Need a bit more than that.
Yeah.
Just to get it in the...
Yeah, in the hole. It'll all force out now, but when you push it in.
Well,
no, that's lovely. No, that's good. No, don't matter.
As long as it doesn't fall out.
No, that's the main thing, isn't it? Absolutely agree with it.
Yeah, these spring pliers are useful.
They are. Well done.
Right. You're right, Clive. Look, it just stands proud. Look at that. And it's pushing back nicely. I can push it back with my finger.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah. So,
oh yeah, let's have a quick gander with the old camera.
See? Do you want the...
No, I'll be knob.
Get the gear knob?
Yeah, I'll be knob. Yeah, no, that's nice and clear, isn't it, down in there? Spot on. Okay.
Think a little bit more grease on that.
Yeah, I wouldn't hurt, would it?
Bit of, well, it's not going to hurt, as you say. Just a smidge.
Just point out, it doesn't have to be high extreme pressure, ultimate temperature grease. It's just, that's what I've got. So anybody watching this video, don't go and buy £45 pot of grease, just do your knob.
No. Use Vaseline.
Okay, chilly. Oh my God.
Right, okay. I think you're
doing a great job.
going to be there. We're going to go for it.
Yeah, just got to get that.
Now that's slightly offset over there. It should fiddle itself in.
Only the bolt. Yeah, that
only the bolt should be.
That shows our age, doesn't it? Only the bolt.
Does, doesn't it? Yeah. Bob Monkhouse.
Yeah. Apparently they are fiddly, but all of a sudden it will just go in the right. Don't force it down as you push the. You push the thing off the end, so it's just a case of wiggling it until you get it square. Of course, that's got to go in dead square, isn't it?
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? Yeah.
That's the problem, I think.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah.
Right, let's get the torch on it.
Hold the torch on. Nothing I can do really as much.
Right. Yeah, you're right. It's
got to be square.
As you push it, it goes. I think that's it.
And twist it around sideways so it goes in on the two things.
No, it's gone again.
Yeah, it's just a case of fiddling around, isn't it?
It needs to cant over
on the angle,
slightly angled.
I think that moved. Oh, what do you think? Yeah, a little bit. Oh, that's fiddly, isn't it?
It is.
Sorry, anyway.
No. I'm just sort of checking it. It goes like that.
Yeah, I'll see what you're getting at. Does that help? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Can't from there, can you?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, can you?
I can sort of see. You say it just slips, does it?
Yeah, don't forget. Yeah, you got to go sideways to get the two pins at the side.
Yeah, I can see the two pins, or at least I can see one of them.
Okay.
I just don't want to force it.
No,
like you say, it.
Definitely, if you force it, it'll just pop out right through. Simple to do that. So, the general consensus is all of a sudden you think, oh, that's it. Bit like on that speedo drive. It just feels like it's tripping up, isn't it? It's got to go in dead. It really has got to go in square, isn't it?
Yeah, and unfortunately, the angle of the
dangle.
The sort of mechanism
isn't square to what it
isn't square because
No.
the lever's offset slightly.
Where you want to be.
Well, they weren't wrong, were they?
No.
Looks like it's going in a
Yeah,
bit, maybe.
it did, didn't it? Well, I thought the brass pin was going to be a problem.
Yeah,
But it's not, is it?
No, the brass pin's the easy bit.
Yeah, it's sticking that in.
It's this.
Whatever you want, mate. Can you see?
Yeah. Something went.
Well, you've gone down a bit further than you were before. Are you on the bolts at the side?
Yeah, I think. Is that it?
I don't know. Truthful? No, not quite. It's got to go over the pin now, isn't it? I would think it's not quite there, is it? Or is it?
It
Looked like it did, didn't it? The answer's I
I
don't.
mean, I've got to take it out again.
No, I know,
See,
but-
see what happens.
Well, it's got to go down a bit more as a bolt. No, it's got to go down a bolt bit. So if it's gone in, yeah, I'm tempted to do that. Is it just not going over top of the?
Get these screw things because these are the. I don't think the bolts are.
Yeah. Just to recap on the bit that I didn't film. Kev said, "Stop being a girl," quote Dave. I give it a shove down from the top and it went clink and it went in. So
Are these
it
bolts?
it wasn't a violent push, but it was a brisk push, I'd think.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
Firm.
Firm and demanding.
Now, is this triangular plate looks to be in the right position to me?
Yeah. Now I've read somewhere that one of the bolts is longer than the other, but our bolts are all the same length, aren't they? Maybe it's
I'm glad
maybe.
you said that because we can double check.
Yeah, but it might have been on the.
That one seems. They all seem to be the same.
No, I think it's on an earlier gearbox.
No,
They're all
they
the
all
same.
appear to be the same.
And they're original, weren't they? So yeah, it must be on an early.
They've got spring lock washers,
Yeah, that's
which
correct.
makes sense.
Yeah, and they all seem to line up.
Oh, okay. There isn't any other little bushes or. Come on. Double turn.
Fiddly, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you haven't got any space to manipulate it. There we go.
Well done, you.
I can feel it. Yeah, that ain't coming out. So
Good.
that one started.
You're nearly there.
That
well
one
done,
started, and I think with a socket,
mate. You'll be all right.
you might be all right. The only one I'd say be a bit careful with is this one.
Okay. Just down,
Just nipping.
just down by the front wheel. There's a 3/8 socket, Kev. I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ratchet.
Is there a ratchet there?
There's a ratchet.
Do you want? There's an extension. I think the extension might be beyond. Thought I'd better do a quick explanation about this. What seems to be a random bit of video. So this is looking underneath the car, basically laying on my back, and right up underneath there, you can just see where my hand is. That's I'm trying to point out the wires that go onto the onto that switch, which I think is the overdrive switch from memory. And also up in there is where the gear lever comes down in. So that's the underview of what you saw earlier, Kev and myself trying to get the gear lever in. And I mentioned also earlier on in this video about someone who had managed to undo the bolt right up in the back there, and it is virtually impossible to get at the bolt. Now, as I said, this has got an overdrive on this unit, so there is slightly less room than one with no overdrive. But I'm telling you now, how the guy got the set of spanners, got a socket on an extension and a wobbly extension onto that bolt undo the bolt and then preload the spring and put the bolt back in. I don't know. He must be ambidextrous and completely, hats off to the guy. Up in there, look, almost impossible to get at.